When you were leaving, I need you even more than I did before. You had the last word when you walked out the door. You drive me crazy, I want you to stay here.
Hey everyone, it's Natalie. I'm so excited to introduce you to a brand new series here on my channel. For the next 3 weeks, we are going to be cleaning and decluttering the entire house to get ready for Thanksgiving. Now, if you're like, I'm not in America or I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, no worries. Consider this an invitation to deep clean and declutter your house in just 3 weeks. Now, let's be realistic. We're not going to get everything done, but I do have some really detailed lists that I'm going to be sharing with you, and we're going to break it down in each area of your house. Sometimes it'll be one room or multiple rooms. Like today, we're actually gonna get started here in the kitchen, and I've got everything broken down just really easy. I have my list here actually on my iPad, but I'm gonna make it nice and cute for you before this video comes out so you can print it out or download it as a PDF and write on it, whatever you like to do. So I've got these tasks broken down into 5, 15, or 30-minute tasks. So this way you can maybe take a week to work on them and just do things here and there, because I don't know about you, but I don't always have the time to just do like an 8-hour clean in one room. Plus, when I do that, I get really overwhelmed. So I think this is going to be way better. So I'm gonna start here today in the kitchen. We're gonna be making our way around the house, doing like living room, bedroom, closets, stairs. I'm gonna be teaching you things as I'm learning them, how to clean stuff that I've like never cleaned before, like the top of our ceiling fan and our windows. We're gonna get it done. Our house is gonna be beautiful by Thanksgiving. If you're joining in with me, let me know, tag me on Instagram. I can't wait to see your progress. All right, let's move into the kitchen. Here is my kitchen as it truly is in this moment on a Thursday evening. I'm going to ignore the normal everyday tasks for now so that I can get right into my deep clean. Tonight I have about an hour before I need to move on to something else, so we're going to make it count. I'm going to start by looking up instructions on how to clean my microwave with vinegar and water. I always forget how to do this. For most of the cleaning that I'm doing in this video, you'll find links to the how-to articles down below. The first one is super easy, so take a look at how my microwave looks right now. As much as we try to prevent splatters with a microwave cover, things still seem to get a little messy, and water and vinegar with steam will help loosen all of that gunk up. So first, fill a microwave safe dish up halfway with water. I like something with a handle so it's easier to remove. And then add a tablespoon of white vinegar. I just eyeballed it and did a splash. Place the dish in the microwave. I like to put it on a microwave safe hot pad since it will be super hot when it's done, and microwave it for 5 minutes. This process will create steam that will loosen up everything on the inside of the microwave. And 5 minutes later, carefully take the container out. The water will be very hot, trust me on this. And then you can also just take out the turntable to wash it separately. Immediately wipe things down while it's nice and steamy. The gunk should just come right off with a cloth or a sponge. After getting all of the food particles out, I like to go back in with a food safe spray to finish cleaning up. And you can definitely use your vinegar and water mix for this if you don't have a food safe spray.
I've been dreaming all night, bringing me some inspiration. Never meant to love no one, but baby, I saw you for a second and I'm happy that you came my way. Don't wanna waste no time without you ever brightening up my days. Never meant to fall so hard.
The last thing you'll want to do is wash the turntable with soap and hot water. I also wash our microwave mat and microwave cover, which help keep spills and splatters to a minimum. Now I'm going to move on to a 15-minute task, cleaning out the silverware tray. This is something that I haven't done in the 2 years since we've lived in this house, so it was really time to do it. It didn't look too terrible, but there were definitely some crumbs in there, along with a few items to declutter. My process with each drawer is to pull everything out, clean the drawer, and then sort and declutter the stuff, then put it all back in. With this, I also wanted to wash the utensil holder so it was ready for all of our clean silverware. I started decluttering by pulling out all the items that we use every day, and then I was left with the more random items that I needed to make decisions on.
A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights. And as the bass keep pounding on me, baby, I really wanna make you mine. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever after. Something about you gives me
cutlery, utensils, whatever you call them. This isn't that bad. I mean, there's crumbs in there. Okay, great. It's kind of gross. I'm gonna clean that. But it was pretty easy to sort these because these are all of our everyday stuff. I just started using these straws and I love them. And then I just matched up all the chopsticks. We actually do use these a lot to see if we had any missing, like a mate, and we didn't. And I was looking at our serving stuff, and I think I'm gonna run these through the dishwasher. We rarely ever use them, so they just kind of sit in the back, probably getting stuff like dripped on them, you know, when we put stuff away. So I think I'm just gonna run these through the dishwasher. I think that goes with it as well. I think that was like our wedding set. And then we have some random stuff. So I'm gonna ask my husband what he thinks about decluttering some of this, because we really don't need all of it. But if it's like special, of course, we're gonna keep it. So that's pretty easy. So I'm just gonna get this thing washed, and this really took no time at all.
I don't really care about happy ever after. Something about you gives me hope. Something about you, yeah. When the sun goes down and the night sky's falling, do you believe in one-time lovers? 'Cause deep inside of my wildest dreams, you'll be by my side when the sun goes
Next, I'm moving on to a 5-minute task, wiping down the front of the fridge. I'm showing you here how our calendars are a week behind. Not too long ago, I moved all of our small magnets and different items to the side of the fridge, and I just love how it makes the whole kitchen look less busy and cluttered. Okay, this drives me crazy, but we always have this line going down you can even see it on the floor, because when you get water, and there's like an extra like drip right here and it goes down. So I've got to figure out how I can get rid of that, because just using regular cleaner is not working, but the rest of the fridge will be really easy to clean. So I'm gonna try vinegar and baking soda. I kind of wish I had saved my microwave solution, because it would have been like hot vinegar water from the microwave, but I didn't. So we're just gonna try to make it work. So wish me luck. So what I tried to do was make a vinegar and baking soda paste on top of this stain. It's a little hard to do on a vertical surface, and you're going to see in a minute that this does not work. So I'm open to any suggestions if you have an idea of what I can try next.
Why don't you get it by now? Tell me what you learned in grade school. Give it to me like you want it. Did you forget that golden rule?
So I'm gonna be real gentle. I don't think that's working. I didn't want to be too abrasive, because I know that can be bad. I think the real thing is I need to not let it get like this. I need to be wiping it every single day. All right, well, more to come on this, but we might as well wipe down the rest of the fridge in the meantime.
Before we get too far away, I need to clear my mind. I'd rather just tweet it and delete it before we cross the line and we reach a point we can't rewind. Rewind, rewind, rewind. Tell me what choice I have now. I just wanna get it right with you. But if we try to talk about it, our history says we'll just argue. And I know you're gonna act a fool, and then no one could tell the difference.
So while that little solution is hopefully working its magic on the fridge, I've got 3 drawers over here. One has hot pads, one has most of our napkins, and the other one has a bunch of dish towels. So I'm hoping to go through those. I kind of know which ones we really don't use anymore. We can probably just pare down a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna sort those out. And again, all these decluttering decisions, I kind of make what I think will be a good decision, and then Kent comes in and we decide on it together. That's how we get our decluttering done. It works out really well.
Before we cross the line and we reach a point we can't rewind. Maybe I need some space, need somewhere else to go to.
I decided to grab my handheld vacuum to suck up any crumbs before wiping down the drawers. Each drawer probably took me about 5 minutes to empty, vacuum, wipe, and replace the items. So this is a really nice task you can fit in whenever you have a few minutes in the kitchen, like when you're waiting on water to boil or heating up the oven.
You said that you needed me like a cargo, you will carry me. I just hope you know my depth, even though it makes no sense. Sometimes I'm broken, too much of emotions. Sometimes I'm the lightning, the one I pick a fight with. Everything seems so good, I guess I can't help myself.
All right, well, that is all the time I have today, but I will be back tomorrow and we will wrap up this kitchen, get it all nice and clean and done. I mean, we still did a lot today in about 45 minutes, got the refrigerator on the outside cleaned off, got 4 drawers, I think, done, and the microwave, so that's not too bad. Breaking it down makes it nice and easy. All right, see you tomorrow. Welcome to day 2 of this kitchen deep clean and declutter. We're starting off great because I literally just dropped my phone. Okay, well, anyway, we're getting started way later than I anticipated tonight. I think it is just after 7 p.m. and Toaster has decided that he is going to start eating right now. So if you hear him crunching, sorry about that. But you know what? Sometimes this is just the time that you have to clean, and that's why I love these lists so much. So I think what I'm gonna do tonight is I'm gonna take some of those quick, very quick satisfying things like cleaning out the drawers, just real quick, put on a timer, get that done. And then I'm gonna do some of those longer things that they only take a few minutes of hands-on time, but then they have to sit for a long time. Like cleaning out or descaling the coffee pot, it doesn't really take a lot of hands-on time, but you have to be here to run the cycle. So I'm gonna do that later so that I can be, watching a Halloween movie, kind of chilling and just doing that. Same with the dishwasher, that takes a little bit of time, but it is so worth doing it. So a little more on these lists here. I'm really thinking that these are not just gonna be good for that, twice a year deep clean, but for actually a monthly clean. And I'm not saying that you need to do all the things on the list every single month, but I really like the Fly Lady system. And in her system, she has you focus on a different area of the house every week. and just do a few maintenance things. Like, you're not gonna do every single thing on the kitchen list every single month, but like this month, maybe you really get the microwave, you really get the fridge. Next month, you focus more on the pantry and you like deep clean a couple cabinets, and you just rotate it throughout the year, and it makes things so much better. So I hope you'll be able to use these lists for that month-to-month cleaning as well. I need to add on clean the trash can and clean the sink, because those are very, very important. I do those more than monthly, but they're still really good. So anyway, we're gonna make it fun. It's a Friday night. I've got some natural cleaning stuff here. I've got a couple different things to try. I was emailing myself throughout the day, different things to try. So you know what? Let's just get started. I've got some YouTube queued up, ready to watch, and let's make this night fun.
Walk out the door in my little black dress. Been a long day and I need to...
I'm going to start tonight by going through the 4 main drawers of our kitchen. It's the same process as before, just empty, vacuum, wipe, declutter, and replace.
Concrete under my feet. City is my club tonight. Hips way under traffic lights. Streets out glowing neon bright. It's a dance floor in moonlight. New age and life can get crazy. I just see the way like whoa.
If you're watching this while you're at home, hop up and declutter one drawer with me. Just one, don't go crazy. Just pick the easiest drawer, empty it onto the counter, wipe down the inside, and then place everything back that you use regularly. It feels so good to tackle a quick decluttering task. Then the next time that you're in the kitchen and you have a few minutes to spare, you'll think nothing of quickly sorting through a drawer.
Fall for the rhythm of sonic romance. Porcelain concrete under my feet. City is my club tonight. Hips way under traffic lights. Streets out.
As you can see from some of the organizers that I've pulled out, I am pretty lazy about taking the tags off of the dividers. Unless it's going to have food in it, I don't even pull off the labels or wash them, which is actually kind of gross since these have items in them that food will touch. So that will have to be added to my list for next time.
Turn up the radio. Tie the laces tight on my sneaker.
If you'd like to see how every drawer and cabinet in our kitchen is organized, check out the clutter-free kitchen tour linked down below. I also have a pantry organization video where I took tips from none other than Khloe Kardashian to get things looking super aesthetically pleasing, and I'll have that one linked as well. It only took me like 10 minutes to go through these 4 drawers going across the top, and that could be because I did declutter kind of recently and they weren't too dirty, but that was kind of nice. I found 2 things I think we might be able to get rid of, but I will definitely check with Kent first. So I think let's do the cabinets down below. I'm gonna leave the cabinets up high for another time. I'm not gonna be able to get to everything on this list in this video because it is a lot, and I feel like maybe over the course of a week it could be done, but I'm trying to do it in 2 days here with limited time, so that's just what happens. But I think let's do these cabinets down there. This one's messy because I spilled some rice and it went like everywhere. I don't even know how long ago, so let's get everything out of there and clean it up. That's going to be super satisfying.
Spinning like a broken record. For a player, you don't know that many major chords. We hang out and then you.
All right, now this cabinet is a real mess. As you can see, I really need to do some cleaning in here. So we'll vacuum that up and get that all cleaned. But as far as pots and pans go, we pared down a lot, but there are some that we don't really use. Like, as you can see, this still has the wrapper on it because we already have one in that size. And then we usually only use these pans. I don't think we've used these in forever. So, I mean, we do have the space, so I don't know if it makes sense to get rid of them at the moment, but maybe we should, just because we're not using them. I will leave some out to discuss with Kent, and we'll see about paring down a little bit, but you know, also these, we just don't really use them. We usually just use the ones that are non-stick but I don't know. We'll have to see. So what do you think when you have the space for something but you're not using it? Are you like, maybe I'll use it? Do you keep it? I don't know. Here's a tip for vacuuming out your cabinets. Work from the top to the bottom. I didn't think of this at first, and when I went to vacuum the higher shelf, I got a ton of dust on the lower shelf and had to wipe it clean again.
I don't need you here to feel good. No, I'm not.
Okay, I don't know what this is. It's like a ton of dust from something. Oh. It just came when I pulled this down from that shelf, so time to get that cleaned up too.
Nothing like wine. There's nothing like wine.
Cleaning out the cabinets is some physical work, so if you have little kids that are willing to help, maybe pass them a damp cloth and let them crawl into the lower cabinets. It will save you from bending over as much and getting so dusty.
Things to do. Tell your friends I will be just fine. Don't need no therapist. There's nothing like wine.
All of our shelf liners are from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I like the really big mats for the bottom. I think they were labeled as under the sink liners. And then all of the other liners on the shelves and in the drawers are the plastic ribbed or corrugated material. I love that they don't have to be stuck down and that they're super easy to wipe clean. They're also great for turning cups upside down on since they allow some air to come in underneath them.
So many questions that I wanna ask, but I can find the reasons why. You always find a small.
Now we're moving on to the next cabinet and the final cabinet for the night. I was able to find so many things to declutter in this one.
Lost when you came and took it all.
This cabinet wasn't quite as dirty as the other one, thank goodness.
Even out. Don't go, just leave. No stay with me. I'm incomplete. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up. Just leave. No stay with me. I'm incomplete. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up.
I actually see quite a few things that I can declutter from this cabinet here. Like, I don't really know a scenario where we're gonna be bringing 2 to-go dishes. I mean, I did have these kind of saved for the freezer. One of these has our name etched on the back, so that's a definite keep. But the other one, like, we haven't touched these, so I don't really know if we need these. Also, I have never once used this square metal pan. I only use the glass, so I don't think we need that anymore. And then same with this. I love this brand. It's called, well, I just got rid of the square, but I just don't use the metal. It's called a US pan. We have their baking sheets and they are so good with non-stick, but the last time I used these ones, they stuck, so I'm gonna get rid of those. Toaster, he's talking to us. What else? I think we pretty much use all the bowls. These things with glass lids, I said last time I decluttered, if we don't use them, I'm getting rid of them, and we haven't touched them, so it's time for these to go too. So that's a lot of decluttering. Let's get that cabinet cleaned out, and then we'll have tons of space.
Another party, another Friday night, another talk that might turn into a fight. Too many faces you only see online, too many cases a faking by design. Wake up every morning.
So now we're going to clean the oven. My oven is not too terrible. When my mother-in-law was living with us in the spring when COVID first started, and she had just sold her house and then everything shut down and she couldn't look for another place to live. She was living with us and she cleaned my oven and it got it like looking really good. And then she got me this like mat thing to put on the bottom, which really helps. So I would highly recommend getting one of these little oven safe mats for the bottom of your oven. It helps with spills because it just spills on that. But I do feel like you still need to clean your oven every once in a while, even if you keep it really clean. So first, you're definitely going to take out the racks. I'm going to show you a super cool trick that really works in just a second, but we're going to clean the rest of the oven today. And I am on the Clean Mama website. Clean Mama has lots of ways to naturally clean lots of things. And I love natural cleaning because one, it's like just not as like smelly and chemically, which bothers me. But two, I have the ingredients already here, like the baking soda and the vinegar and the Castile soap. So when I can use those ingredients for like a ton of different recipes, I really like that. So here is what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna make a paste. It is half a cup of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of Castile or dish soap, and 1 cup of warm water. And you're gonna mix that up until the water becomes until it becomes a very thin paste. I guess you add soap and baking soda a little at a time. You let it sit for a little bit, and then you're just going to spread that over the oven, being careful not to put it on any vents or any cracks, just on the like sealed spaces, and just let that sit for 10 to 15 minutes. So we're gonna give that a try, see if it kind of gets up the grease and everything. I'm gonna use something else for the glass because I can see that this is pretty gross and sticky right now. And then I'll show you what I'm gonna do with the oven racks. It's a really cool. So this is gonna be probably a 15-minute hands-on thing, but a longer process than that. So yeah, we're starting in on those longer processes now to finish things up. But yeah, it's gonna be really worth it. It's gonna be so clean. All right, let's do it. So here is how my oven is looking before I clean it. You can see that the bottom isn't too bad. I really like having that oven safe liner on the bottom, and I will link one below for you if you are interested. Now before we use the paste, I'm just going to do a quick clean with my Branch Basics to get up any big food particles. Next, I just applied the paste on all of the solid surfaces with a sponge. I noticed that I needed to dip pretty far down in the cup in order to get some baking soda on my sponge because the baking soda kept sinking to the bottom. Ten minutes later, I came back and began the process of wiping off all of that baking soda solution. I started with a sponge, making sure to rinse it off after every few wipes. Next, I came back with a clean, damp cloth and then waited about 10 more minutes and then did a damp cloth once more, and it was perfectly clean. All right, let's talk about oven racks. You're gonna need dryer sheets for this, so take dryer sheets and line the bottom of your tub. Here are my oven racks before, so you can see there's a little bit of gunk on them. So place your oven racks on top of the dryer sheets and then fill up the tub with warm water until it just covers the racks. Lastly, add half a cup of dish soap and then let the racks soak overnight. Okay, let's see how it went on the next day. Back to check on this. Day 2. I'm worried actually, it smells a little rusty in here. This is not what happened last time, but maybe it's just food coming off. So we're gonna use these dryer sheets underneath to scrub. So let's do that and rinse them off. Hopefully they'll be nice and clean. I tried to get in close so you can see just how easily the stuck-on food was coming off. It is just crazy how well that this works. Now, this is a really cool hack, though I will say that it is not non-toxic. After trying it myself, I have a few edits I would make for the next time. One, I would use fewer dryer sheets since those have a lot of chemicals in them and might have contributed to the reaction. Two, I would only soak it for a few hours rather than overnight to reduce rusting. And three, I would wear gloves before plunging my hands into the pool of dryer sheets. All of that being said, there are tons of other non-toxic ways to clean oven racks, but if they are really dirty, you might want to start with this trick. So let's move on to the dishwasher. This is such a quick task. It's only 5 minutes of hands-on time, and then you can just leave it to run. So first, remove the filter from your dishwasher, and you might find some food stuck on there. So make sure to give it a good rinse in the sink. And I thought this was mold at first, but to my relief, it was just chia seeds, thank goodness. I'm really not even sure how they got in there since I always rinse my dishes. Imagine how it would be if I didn't pre-rinse. Now, I've tried different methods of cleaning the dishwasher, but this one is the simplest. All you need is white vinegar. Just take 1 cup and throw it on the bottom of an empty dishwasher. Then run it on the short cycle. Now, just to warn you, I did hear the dishwasher drain first before starting the cycle, so I feel like all that vinegar just went down the drain. So I'm gonna link a different method for you down below. All right, lastly, let's descale our coffee pot. The instructions say to do 1/2 vinegar and 1/2 water, but I actually went for a little less vinegar. I did 4 cups with 8 cups of water in my 12-cup carafe. Next, just pour it into your coffee maker and hit brew. Now, the interesting part about this particular method is that you stop the brewing cycle halfway through so that some of the solution stays inside the coffee pot. You let that sit for 45 minutes before continuing the brewing cycle. Very important, you then need to do a minimum of 3 full pots of plain water. I actually did 5 total pots of plain water to get all the vinegar out. I'm going to end out the night with just a general tidy of the kitchen. I'm going to pick up all the different things that I pulled out and wipe down the counters. Now come back on Wednesday at my new posting time of 10 a.m. Central Time for the continuation of this deep cleaning and decluttering series. We're tackling the living room and dining room next, and it's going to be a good one. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.